All right, folks, buckle up. Today we're diving into one of the most unexpected, unconventional, and downright entertaining careers in NFL history. No, we're not talking about Tom Brady or Deion Sanders. We're talking about the one and only Pat freaking McAfee. You might know him today as the voice of sports media chaos, the guy who once wore a tank top while interviewing Aaron Rodgers, or the host of the Pat McAfee show that ESPN threw a big bag at. But long before the microphones and the mullets, Pat McAfee was booming punts in the NFL. But just how good was Pat McAfee actually? Was he just a funny punter guy? Or was he legitimately one of the best to ever do it? Let's find out. Oh, and don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let me know in the comments who you want me to cover next. Baby bottle early days, the kickoff of a legend. Now, let's rewind the tape. Pat McAfee wasn't groomed from birth to be an NFL punter. Nah, this dude started as a soccer player in Plum, Pennsylvania. He didn't even play football until high school, and when he did, it was kind of on a dare. No joke. A friend bet him he couldn't kick a 50-yard field goal, and McAfee nailed it. Boom! Career path unlocked. But it gets better. He took his soccer skills and hustled his way into a scholarship. He literally borrowed $100 from a friend, went to a Vegas kicking competition without telling his parents, and impressed scouts so much that he landed a spot at West Virginia. Let me repeat that. Dude snuck away to Vegas, dropped bombs with his leg, and got a full ride. Wild. At West Virginia, he was more than solid. He handled both punting and kicking duties, and while he had a few big-time misses, looking at you, Pitt game in 2007, he developed into a legit NFL prospect. But here's a fun fact. He once kicked a 75-yard punt in college. 75 yards. You don't accidentally do that, folks. Brain the intellectual punter, understanding the craft. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Punters don't get love. It's like being the drummer in a band. You hold everything together, but you're never the face on the poster. But McAfee, he changed the energy. Punting isn't just about booting the ball far. It's about hang time, giving your gunners time to get downfield. Directional punting, pinning returners to the sideline to cut their options. Situational awareness, coffin corner punts, kicking from your end zone, windy conditions. McAfee was a lead at all of it. Don't believe me? Go look up some of his tape from 2014 and 2016. Dude was dropping balls inside the 10 like it was nothing. And here's where it gets spicy. He wasn't just a punter. American football, the athlete. Trick plays, tackles, and swagger. Pat McAfee didn't play punter like most punters. He had hands, hops, and hustle. You know how most kickers look like they've never lifted a dumbbell? McAfee was jacked. He looked like he could bench press his long snapper. One of his most viral moments? That onside kick against the Texans in 2014. He recovered his own kick like a damn linebacker. Just snatched it and stood up like, yeah, that's mine. Then there's the time he laid out Trindon Holiday, one of the fastest returners in the league. Google it, Pat McAfee tackle. You'll see a punter sending a return man into the shadow realm. And how many punters do you know who have completed a fake punt pass in the NFL? McAfee did. Because of course he did. He once said, every punter wants to be a quarterback. Every quarterback wants to be a punter. And honestly, I believe him. 2014, the year of the punter. If you want to look at McAfee's peak, circle 2014. First team All-Pro, Pro Bowl selection. Led the league in both kickoff touchbacks and punting yards. 30 punts inside the 20. Zero bloca punts. He even handled kickoff duties for the Colts, which most punters don't do. It's usually a job for the place kicker. But Pat had the leg and the confidence to say, I got this. And let's talk strategy. Pat revolutionized kickoffs by mastering mortar kicks, those high, short kicks that land at the goal line and force a return. That's elite football IQ. So yeah, Pat was the guy. Statistically dominant, visually entertaining, and mentally ahead of the curve. But what made him different was that he didn't act like a punter. Microphone the personality factor. The WWE of the NFL McAfee treated the NFL like it was part performance, part sport. He'd celebrate big plays. He trash-talked. He wore sleeveless tuxedos to the Pro Bowl. Who does that? He gave interviews like he was doing stand-up comedy. He brought charisma to a position that was usually treated like background noise. And guess what? That swagger worked. Teammates loved him. Fans loved him. Even opposing players respected him because he backed it up with consistent, elite-level play. It's no wonder the WWE came calling later on. And don't forget, McAfee didn't just guest star. He actually trained and wrestled legit matches. Even at WrestleMania. Who else can say they tackled a returner in the NFL and dropkicked The Miz in the same career? Chart decreasing the early retirement. Why leave? Here's where things took a turn. In 2016, McAfee walked away from the NFL. At age 29, still in his prime. Why? He wanted something more. And also, he had multiple surgeries. His knee and body were starting to wear down, and rather than grind it out, he pivoted straight into media. And what a pivot it's been. From Barstool to launching the Pat McAfee Show, then getting deals with FanDuel, WWE, and ESPN, Pat has dominated every arena he stepped into. But that leaves us wondering, thinking face, what if he never left? Let's play the hypothetical game for a sec. What if McAfee had played another 5 years? He was on pace to finish as one of the most statistically dominant punters ever. If he stuck around, we could be talking about 4 to 5 more Pro Bowls, potential Hall of Fame discussions, more fake punt plays and highlight reels, maybe even breaking records for most inside the 20 punts or net average. But then again, would that have limited his media empire? Could he have built what he's built today if he was still in the Colts locker room? Maybe walking away was his greatest play yet. Television legacy and final verdict. So, how good was Pat McAfee actually? Purely as a punter? He was top-tier elite, one of the best of his generation. Athletic, strategic, and capable of doing things most punters wouldn't dare try. But if you look at his full impact on the game, on the media, on the culture of football, he's in a league of his own. He brought fun back to punting. He made it cool to talk about special teams. And now, he's arguably one of the most influential voices in all of sports media. Honestly, he might be the only punter whose career became more legendary after he left the field. Pessoa feliz levantando a mão esquerda, outro e alguém desengagemente. So now I turn it over to you. Backhand index pointing right, was Pat McAfee the GOAT punter? Should he be in the Hall of Fame? Or do you think his media legacy will outweigh his football one? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We've got more deep dives coming soon, from legends to underdogs to the wildest what-ifs in sports history.